So first of all, congratulations. I've watched all 9 episodes of Bly Manor and I love it. It's such a gift for horror fans like myself.
Oh, thank you.
I like it.
You both have starred in stories about two of the most iconic haunted houses in the history of horror fiction. So has your perception of the spirit world changed at all since?
You know, I have to say, when you're working on a horror film, it's the farthest thing from supernatural that you can get, because it is literally like watching paint dry. It's not very exciting to be on a film set, I don't think. I mean, after the first 10 minutes of saying, wow, this is how they make movies, it gets pretty boring. So, no, unfortunately, I don't think I've experienced any kind of spiritual enlightenment from the horror genre yet, but I'm still open for suggestions.
What about you, Victoria?
I really enjoy seeing the way all of this kind of magic and the spirits are created meticulously and slowly. Personally, it's helped me watch horror, I think, being able to know how it's constructed, because I think I am a pretty spiritual or like superstitious person, even though I haven't had any of those kinds of experiences, so I have no reason to believe these things. But it's definitely, so that's part of what made watching horror so frightening. And now I feel like if there's any shift, that's the major one. That now that I know where like the strings are and everything, it makes it a lot easier to watch. But probably that's not the effect that it's meant to have. You're not supposed to be thinking about those things, but I don't like to be scared, so it's good.
Victoria, I could see that it demands so much from an actor to play a role like Danny. And it's an emotionally heavy character, and you play it so well. So how did you get into that headspace for this character?
I mean, it's all kind of there on the page. It was very clear that this person, it's written that she has anxiety attacks, and she kind of exists in this very on guard way. I just kind of throw myself into it and work kind of intuitively. I'm finding now that because that required a lot of stamina, and I hadn't done a job that demanded so much of me. So I've been thinking more about how I can prepare and cope better with that kind of work, because I think it's really important to maintain your health and make that a priority. And I've got some ideas, so I'm excited to get back to work and utilize those things.
Henry, one scene that really creeped me out was that dialogue with your alter ego and that expression you have. Can you talk a bit about filming that? Because that really scared me, and it was just very simple, but it did have an impact.
Yeah, you mean the smile that he has? Well, as scripted, I thought that they were going to go in afterwards and use CGI, to augment it, because it was meant to be an exaggerated grin. But then they told me, oh no, we're just going to leave it with what you did. And I thought, oh no, what did I do? I couldn't remember, because I thought it was going to be all blurred out. But yeah, he's a creepy individual, and I'm glad that it was unsettling for you. I'm sorry, but I'm happy at the same time.
It's really well
She's
done.
a fan of horror. She wants that feeling.
Yeah. I loved it. One of my favorite things on Hill House was the hidden ghosts, and I spotted so many on Bly. When filming, are you guys aware of these little Easter eggs?
I mean, we see them on set and, at the craft service table and stuff. And that, I mean, Mike had told us that he was going to pepper ghosts throughout the shots, but yeah, it's cool. Those Easter eggs are really great. And I think there's a lot of them in there, in the dialogue and set dressing and everything.
And lastly, very quickly, would you survive a night in a haunted house like Bly Manor? Victoria?
Yeah, I've got this thing in my mind where I think I can handle anything.
Okay. What about you, Henry?
I mean, I would, because I'm a skeptic, so I would probably chalk it up to weather or old pipes or something like that. Like Hugh Crane in Haunting of Hill House.
Exactly.
He's always blaming everything on the mold. That was very close to home.
Didn't work out so well for him, though.
Yeah, it didn't work out so well. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the chat, and hoping to see you both back for a third season, because I definitely enjoyed this and Hill House.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.